Can we get Cereza on commentary? He was on here for a set earlier and then dipped to talk to Timmy Timegear. So, no, you cannot, yo, man. No. You missed it. Yeah, you missed it. You missed it, you punk. Maybe if you were a loyal DragonSquad eSports fan, you would have been here. You would have been here. You would have been watching. But you weren't. That's tough luck. Speaking of tough luck, whiffing that up B in the instant 12.6%, kind of rough. We got some DLC pack 2 in this in this set. This is gonna be an interesting one because both these characters like fiend off killing in a few interactions. Oh, and a good extension from BiggieCheeze, placing those blocks in all of the right places. Oh, and that shield pressure, absolutely amazing. I mean, Timegear, you know, a really good MinMin, but really good MinMin's got no answer to the shield pressure that BiggieCheeze just let out. But speaking of having no answer, I mean, that MinMin ledge trapping is so good, especially if they notice that you're sitting on that ledge too long. They got an F smash that covers like half the stage. They will hit you. You don't want to wait. It is the worst thing that you could probably do. Gets that grab, that forward throw, sending it at such an awkward angle, giving BiggieCheeze enough time to set up this ledge trap. Kind of flubbing, though. The TNT proving to not be a factor. You know, more often than not, TNT doesn't hit, but when it does hit, I will pop off because that is a BiggieCheeze TNT and not some other cringe Steve like Toasted Blurt. Good parry, finding himself back towards center stage, now evening the game up, actually taking the lead. These Steve strings and combos, really hard to get out of once they start. It almost secures BiggieCheeze a pretty surmountable percent. I mean, this is kind of crazy how a character can just string one hit into so many more. Doesn't quite get that down, so Timegear catching on to the you know, the ledge options that BiggieCheeze does have when he holds that that presence on stage. So you're just gonna swing at him, get him away. It's almost like what you do when you see a Ness charging up down smash on the ledge. If you have the chance to swat them, swat them. Megawatt catching out that jump. Keeping this a pretty even game. I mean, it is not foreign for MinMin to kill at this percent. I would consider this relatively even. However, baiting out that shield grab, getting the very last hit of Stone Pickaxe backer before it breaks. That thing had one mission, and once it completed the mission, it offed itself. Oh, but that Dragon Arm gonna off BiggieCheeze right away. This is an even game, but this jab, 17% off of pressing the A button and moving forward. BiggieCheeze loves that type of string, but does not love sitting on the ledge against MinMin. I mean, no one does. But Timegear loves that position. Stretching it for 31.3%. That's, I mean, you take those. And now Double Dragon gonna apply pressure from like miles away, but switches back to Ram Ram. Interesting. Was causing a lot of pressure with that Dragon Arm, but I guess Ram Ram does cover a bit more space than most of the other arms do. Able to catch out and snipe jumps before they even happen. Oh, doesn't quite get a conversion off of back throw. This diamond tool set proving to be one potent option in Steve's kit. I mean, it is a comeback factor that you can get multiple of at a single time. As you can see, he's still got another diamond in storage. If he had another stock, this would be a very scary situation for Timegear. But not scary when you hold center stage with something like Megawatt, but it's not going to kill quite yet. BiggieCheeze finding himself back towards stage. He gets one more chance at this. Oh, but Megawatt once again hitting. I mean, the noise that thing makes, it's so meaty. And when you get hit by it, you know you're getting launched. And sometimes you're launched into the blast zones. Piper, explain to me in 5th grade terms the difference of MinMin arm changes. Ram Ram swing fasts and Big Circle. Dragon Shoot Wazer. Megawatt Go Boom. That was more kindergarten, but you know, it's there. Oh no! The counter picked the zombie. Proving that, you know, Steve died, turned into a zombie, and is now back to win this game too. He is back from the dead, and he looks more alive than ever as Biggie gets the lead right off the rip. And it's so good at just like backing off and then instantly like swinging something. The instant retreat into F smash, one of the better options when it comes to just playing defensively. And Timegear is such a master of defensive play. He's always been good with every character that he plays with that type of defense, but not enough defense to save yourself from that back air. BiggieCheeze finding a pretty early stock, 66.3%. Not a whole lot. However, if Timegear keeps stretching, disadvantage state that he's in. Oh, but now you go from advantage state to disadvantage so fast in this game. And Biggie stretching it as far as he can actually takes the percent lead. A stock ahead. Oh, but Megawatt pushing him off of the stage. Not quite going to quit it yet. Trying to find himself back towards center stage with all of his being. You don't want to be a MinMin with limited stage presence, especially against Steve. Minecart kind of being a non-factor in this matchup. It definitely does hit sometimes, but it hits way less since MinMin is able to cover a trail with so many F smashes and so many strong hitboxes that it's just going to break before it can even really do anything to her. Oh, BiggieCheeze just socked Timegear in the face. Not getting these smash attacks. BiggieCheeze not quite going to live that, but has racked up so much percent on this second stock. Up tilt in the back air, not quite going to do it yet, but now seeing BiggieCheeze in this ledge trapping situation where Anvil is going to catch out that ledge hop. Now a full stock ahead percentage-wise in everything. The whole shebang. Oh, and the down tilt staying active enough. You gotta love when you throw out a move, get hit while it gets thrown out, and it still stays out. Getting these up tilts in the forward air, so much percent. TNT now gonna provide some pressure. Timegear just gonna run away from it, actually pushing it towards it. So that is one of the dangerous situations that I've seen quite a bit tonight from BiggieCheeze's Steve, is that a lot of the times the TNT can be played against him. And it forces him to play in like a turtle shell type of situation where he has to stay behind the TNT as people push it towards him. I mean, at higher level of play, people know how to use their mid-range options to poke. And it is so easy for MinMin to poke TNT towards Steve. Especially with Steve has like really slow movement speed and air speed. Timegear doing a good job of just trying to close out the stock lead at hand. Closes out the stock lead. Can he at all make this percentage lead disappear? Looking very, very doable. Timegear answering to everything that Biggie does. Calls out this platform defense. Biggie not getting the right options at all. A whole lot of tilts. You're not seeing a whole lot of smash attacks, except Timegear is just kind of moving and covering his trail with tilts quite a bit. Oh, but that diamond dash attack, just enough to do it. You know, that was getting out of hand. It is so easy to let yourself fall victim to MinMin making a comeback. I mean, when that character plays defensively enough, if you don't have the movement options to get in, it sucks. It is so rough. And it looked so rough for Biggie until he finally got that dash attack. Now heading into this game 3, we're going to Hollow Bastion. One of the better stages for Timegear during this run that he is on currently. That bi-lane system that Timegear gets on this stage is so good for MinMin's toolkit. Yeah, like I said, that minecart just kind of folds when it comes to, you know, MinMin throwing out smash attacks constantly. Timegear has seemed to apply a whole lot of adaptation. Is understanding now how to move against Steve. And the one thing you don't want is a MinMin that knows how to move and position themselves, because at that point you might as well give up, throw in the towel. That character is unapproachable. It is so hard to find an in on MinMin when the position is as good as Timegear's has been this game 3. Megawatt gonna start killing soon. Gets stopped by the crafting table, actually granting BiggieCheeze an option to swat Timegear away, and is now answering back with these little strings of his own. That is such a matchup specific interaction that you can never really account for happening, especially something like placing a block and putting an anvil on it. However, BiggieCheeze not ready to make it back to stage. Now Green is even, but I mean, when you think about the percentages that were on the table, that was almost a decent trade for BiggieCheeze. I mean, obviously you want to live in that certain situation, but a stock's a stock. And speaking of stocks, Timegear trying to speed run this second stock. 77% racked up. That was so close from killing the BiggieCheeze classic. That jab into to forward air, spike into anvil. That is such a classic of BiggieCheeze's toolkit. He's so good at getting that little, you know, at that point it's a skill check because you're forced to tech in that situation. There's not much that you can do to avoid that tech chase or a stage spike. But Timegear has done an excellent job of recovering from that sequence of events. Sneaking Megawatt underneath the stone block. BiggieCheeze struggling to find his in, but that up smash a little bit too committal of an option to go for in that situation. BiggieCheeze finding these jabs on ledge. Gonna start killing soon. That's such a dangerous situation to be in. And speaking of dangerous, Steve, or Zombie, had his back turned to MinMin and threw out an option. You're going to get out of shielded for that. Now Timegear potentially going to get some percent on this last stock. Not quite. BiggieCheeze kind of just like throwing out on Timegear's shield, knowing MinMin doesn't have the grounded or aerial options to outbox him in that situation. Oh, doesn't quite get that jab. Yeah, no, BiggieCheeze doesn't get his in. This is kind of what happens. You give Timegear a second win at stage presence, and that's kind of what happens, but does find his in here. This is such a dangerous situation. That F smash not going to connect. Both of these players resorting back to playing footsies, something that you don't want to do from afar against MinMin. Oh, Timegear overcommitting into that dash in. Gets hit by the last hit of minecart. It is powered up by redstone. It is absolutely going to kill. Great play from BiggieCheeze. I mean, that started off so rough for him, but that stock trade that he got at the beginning gonna actually prove to be in his favor, because like in that situation you have to kind of trade percents since you both died, and he was at a higher percent than Timegear. Now Timegear needing this game to continue the bracket run that he is on. If not, it is third place for him, and BiggieCheeze will be getting his run back against Doorstop. Anything goes in this game 4, and so far BiggieCheeze has answered with 76%. Not taking any damage on this first stock whatsoever. So far, his defense really good off that ledge. Knows that Timegear doesn't have a whole lot to get out of that type of situation. Outspacing. Not gonna kill quite yet, but this is 120+% unanswered. Finally, Timegear finding some type of neutral win, gets himself towards center stage, but it doesn't last very long. Gets that back air on the get up. I mean, BiggieCheeze so good at finding those. And that is another instance of crafting table stopping Timegear from winning neutral. That is so rough. I mean, that is something that you can't even control either in any other matchup that hits there. But Steve, you know, getting that crafting table on stage, it's going to stop it. A good amount of extra credit so far. Actually getting that jab in the forward smash. Now Diamond on the board. TNT not going to prove to be useful, but hold up. It is on that ledge. Timegear so close for it. Going to get hit by the weak hitbox of it. Diamond not quite on the board quite yet. He could be saving it for last stock. You never know when you're going to need that Diamond. Gonna die to that megawatt, but not before racking up 112% on this MinMin. Quite a lead that BiggieCheeze has allowed himself to get. Timegear trying to swat this Steve, forced to get shield poked by the anvil. That's such a good setup. BiggieCheeze always knowing when to whip it out, when it was gonna be useful. I mean, this ledge pressure and I mean overall pressure so far has been so different in this game for BiggieCheeze, seeming untouchable this whole entire game. Trying to get one of these really strong diamond hitboxes. I mean, that diamond, so one of the strongest things that you can have in the game. Can Timegear get the conversion off that back throw? No, he cannot. BiggieCheeze gets center stage and finds the kill because of it. Such a good stall to avoid the Ram F smash on the ledge. Now holding a lead going into this last stock. Already racking up quite the amount of percent. Can't quite end it there, but gets the air dodge punished with F smash. Actually lapping Timegear in percent. That smash. Not gonna kill quite yet. I did not think it was strong enough. Diamond pickaxe gonna break, but who needs a pickaxe when you got something as strong as minecart? That game 4 was so well played from BiggieCheeze. You get that deep into the set, that's when the adaptation is really there. And BiggieCheeze proving to play that